Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today let's talk about the per country cap renewal chatter that is going on in the Congress once again. Remember the Eagle Act and S386 bill in the Senate that was passed 2 years back? That topic is back into the Senate and the Congress in the lame duck session. So let's talk about it and some important questions regarding the statuses that people are seeing on their 485, pending 485. So watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration and lifestyle related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, before you take any action, you should hire a competent immigration lawyer. Now check out the links in the description. Due to Black Friday sale, there are a lot of good deals to be had. If you buy through those links in the description, it will be greatly appreciated because the channel will get a little bit of a commission. Also, as a reminder, I'll be doing an interview with Canadian immigration lawyer and CEO of Synthesis. Together, they help people with moving from United States to Canada either through their own job or to seek new opportunities in Canada because of the visas issues in the US. So that interview is coming up next weekend. I'll be pre-recording it on the 9th and will be publishing it on 10th or 11th of December. So stay tuned to that. And also don't forget my giveaway that is coming up. I'll be doing the giveaway winner announcement by 16th of December. The way you can participate is like and subscribe to this channel. And if you like this video and comment on it and any subsequent video leading up to the announcement of the winner, that will get you into the giveaway as well. And my next upcoming video is going to be on investment. I published my first video on investment opportunities few weeks back, so do check out that video, and this will be sequel to that, continuation with the discussion of what other opportunities are there for you to invest in this time and not just stocks and bonds. I'll be talking about some new interesting investment opportunities. Now, first topic of the day. Remember there was a bill S386 2 years back that was passed in the Senate. It was also passed in the House, but it never went to the President's desk to sign. That had to do with removal of per country cap from the visa system. So today, every country in the world has a 7% cap on the number of visas that could be allocated for a particular country from the quota that it has for different kind of visa types. Now this puts a lot of pressure on countries such as India and China because these are big economies, big population countries. There is a lot of talent that comes to the United States on a yearly basis. But those countries are at a disadvantage because people from those countries are subject to 7% cap. So this S386 bill in the past tried to remove this per country cap, but as I said, it never made it to becoming a law. Now there is a new proposed HR 3648 that is being proposed by Zoe Lobstein and John Curtis in the House. Now this is the lower chamber of our Congress. Now this bill was passed mid-year and it is now coming back to the floor next week. So remember, the Congress is going to flip on 3rd of January because there were elections, midterm elections last month. Now the House is going to go to Republicans and Senate may stay with the Democrats, which will be a divided Congress. So anything that needs to be passed will have a very tough time getting through the House and the Senate at the same time because there are two different parties controlling House and the Senate. So what are Democrats doing right now? In this lame duck session, which is the month of December, really until Christmas, they need to pass big legislations. There are a couple of bills. One of them is the Defense Act, which is NDAA. This act has some provisions for immigration, which has to do with the documented dreamers. So if that goes into the law, that can be done through NDAA Act. There is another one, there is a government funding bill, there is Marriage Equality Act. These are the big ticket items that Congress is going to try to pass in this lame duck session. But in between this, Zoe Lobstein is going to bring this Eagle Act, which had to do with per country cap removal back onto the House floor. So from my perspective, I think it has a good chance to again pass in the House, but I'm not so sure in the Senate. The Senate is still very divided, and in Senate, due to the Senate rules, it needs 60 votes to pass. But in the past, Senate had passed that S386 bill through a unanimous consent. I don't know if that can be reused in this particular scenario. Unanimous consent does not require 60 votes. It just has a simple majority, which is 51 votes. So if that is going to be the case this time, I have no idea. Well, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer hasn't brought this bill back to the floor yet, but in the House, this will be brought to the floor next week. So something to look forward to. I won't keep my hopes too high, but if this bill passes, it will be a huge benefit to the backlog countries such as India and China, because with the removal of per country cap, all those visa numbers that are available in the EB category will go straight to these backlog countries to clear the backlog before going to the new applicants. Now there is going to be a lot of pushback. This is a political hot potato, so don't expect miracles, but this is the greatest opportunity for this bill, this removal of per country cap, to be done or pass through the Congress in this lame duck session. So as and when this bill gets to the floor of the House, as we have more updates, I'll keep providing you with those updates. And if it also comes up in the Senate, I will be sure to make a video on that as well. So let's keep an eye on that. Put down in the comment section below, what do you think whether this bill will pass or not, this Eagle Act for per country cap removal? Let me know. Now back in November, I shared some investment strategies to protect your savings. And while stocks and index funds have traditionally relied upon investments, considering the current state of the economy and equities, it might be a good idea to consider options outside of the stock market. There are still alternatives assets out there. Real estate, commodities that have low correlation to traditional markets. Now traditionally, gold and oil were the leading commodities, but there are assets that also have quietly provided insulation during economic downturns. And not just stores of wealth, assets with growth potentials like contemporary art. According to the Masterworks All Art Index, the last time inflation was near its current levels, art prices appreciated at an annual average of 17.5% per year. You might be wondering, why hasn't everyone flocked to this market? It's simple: accessibility. I mean, who has 10 million to splurge on museum grade work of art, right? So thanks to today's sponsor, Masterworks. Investors all over the world can enter the market for a fraction of the cost. This isn't an NFT, it's not cryptocurrency, it's art from legendary names like Picasso, Banksy and Monet. In 7 out of their 10 exits, Masterworks has delivered net return over 17% to their investors. In fact, their last 3 fetches 17.8%, 21.5% and 33.1%. Nearly 600,000 people have signed up, but my subscribers can get priority access at the link in the description. So check out the link in the description for Masterworks and get the priority access through Wisdom Trends link. Now let's continue with our topic. Again, I want to reiterate on another topic, which is EB2 to EB3 downgrade. Now with EB3 moving faster, a lot of people are again continuing to ask me, should I downgrade now? And I continue to keep telling you that wait for a couple of months. The only reason I would say wait is because we don't know how EB3, although it is progressing a little bit, how it's going to progress in the next couple of months. We want to see that. We want to see a consistent trend of EB3 moving forward. Only then it will make sense for you to downgrade from EB2 to EB3. So if I were you, I will wait until February or March before making a decision whether to downgrade from EB2 to EB3. Another question was the stamping in the US. So there was a recommendation by the committee that all of the stampings for H1 visas such as H1 could be done within the United States. So if you already have a visa and if you have a renewal or extension, instead of going through a consulate abroad, there was a proposal to bring that stamping back into United States, so which will be very convenient for a lot of people. They don't have to make an appointment overseas to have their visa stamped. It can be done within the country. That is not yet a reality. So although I am hopeful that Biden administration in the next term will do something about this stamping of the visa within the United States, it is not yet the rule of the land. So if you have a visa stamping situation, you have no other option but to go to overseas consulate to get it stamped. Also, I would like to clarify that if you had a visa H1B and if you have an extension approved and if you have a valid I-94, there is a provision where you can do automatic revalidation by going to Canada or Mexico border. If you stay in Canada or Mexico for less than 30 days, while coming back, they will automatically revalidate your H1B. What revalidation is that they will give you a new I-94 with a new date. So there won't be a stamp on your passport, but you will get a new I-94. So that is the automatic revalidation. So you might want to check that option out if you don't have a plan to travel abroad to get your visa stamped. Now let's talk about the status on your 485. Now unfortunately a lot of people fell into this trap because they were so close to getting their green card and I-485 approved, but all of a sudden the dates retrogressed from 2014 to 2012 for EB2. In this situation, what has happened is, although they are documentarily complete, the visa officer is not able to assign you a visa number. So they have put some status on your case, specifically under I-485, which says, we are temporarily pausing work on your application because immigrant visa is not immediately available to you. Once an immigrant visa is available, we'll resume processing of your application. Now it is very clear and cut and dry, but still some people are confused about this status as to why they were not able to get their green card. Now remember, back in September, specifically on September 6th or 8th, I can't remember the date, all of a sudden USCIS exhausted all the available visa numbers for FY22. Even though there were people who had their dates current at the time for the month of September, they did not get their green cards, and come October their dates retrogress. Now I can understand the confusion that people had. Why didn't they get their green card even though their dates were current and visa number was available? Well, technically the visa number was not available since September 6th. If some people have got their visas after that or got their I-485 approved after that, when their visa number where their date was not current, it might have been a mistake by USCIS, and in some cases USCIS is resending their green cards. And I know for sure about couple of cases where USCIS has proactively put them back into pending adjustment of status. So they put them back as if they never approved their green card. So the candidate did not have to do any formal process or applications to get them back into the pending adjustment of status. USCIS automatically did it for them, which was a good thing. But for the rest of the folks, people are getting this status that they are now on hold until a new visa number is going to be available for them. So nothing really to worry about in that situation. All it means is you are now continuing to be staying in this pending adjustment of status, and you will continue to avail your EAD and advance parole benefits until your date becomes current and until they approve your green card. Now a lot of questions regarding, can we travel safely on advance parole? And this question is so often, and a lot of people have it although they know the answer. Advance parole is the document that allows you to travel outside of the United States for a specific amount or small amount of time while your adjustment of status is pending. So as long as you have the actual card and valid card, the date should be valid for until the time that you come back to the United States. Yes, you can use advance parole. When you come back, you will be allowed in as a parolee. There will be a secondary inspection other than the immigration counter, where they will have you wait and validate your pending adjustment of status, and then they will let you in. If you were on H1B before, and if you traveled on advance parole, and if you come back on advance parole, you will no longer be on H1B after coming back. In order to reinstate your H1B, you will have to either extend or do some amendment, submit a petition for H1B and get it approved, and then your H1B will be reinstated. So hope that clears up. Now one particular question about green card, and this is the latest news from USCIS. If you're typically when you get your green card, unless it is a conditional green card, which is 2 years green card, the permanent green card is valid for 10 years. Your permanent residency in itself is indefinite. And green card is just a document that you show while travel, but your green card validity is 10 years. In the past, if you had your green card coming up for renewal, you had to apply for it, get a new card, and only then you could use it. But now USCIS has put a 24 months extension for your green card expiry date as long as you have applied for your renewal, which is I-90. If you have submitted your renewal on time, then that means that you will still be able to use your old expired green card for 2 more years, up to 24 months. On your travel back, you need to have your expired green card plus the receipt notice, which will have a specific language in regards to this validity of your permanent resident status. So along with your expired green card and the receipt notice of your extension, you can safely travel back into the United States. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.